Good morning, everyone. Bright and early, 7 a.m. Here we go. Everything is working. It is Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live on a fantabulous Friday with two
Sisters. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janis, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, with kind of a red tinge type of face. My feet have been hitting the red mat the past 2 days, and I'm just very happy about it. So
That's awesome. Good news. And you know what? It's so good to get up early, get your movement in. A lot of people love doing it first thing in the morning or sometime in the morning. I'm getting ready to get my pickleball on, which is definitely going to give me not only red, it's going to give me some sweat. It's going to get me moving, and it's just going to get all those muscles and everything blood flowing. That's what it's all about, getting that movement in. But it is Fantabulous Friday, and we work really hard, all of us, all of you, to reach that pivotal moment when you can celebrate. You can celebrate your wins. You can celebrate your almost wins, because a lot of times we have a lot of almost wins that will eventually turn into wins. But it's really about celebrating the mindset, you know, what you triumphed over. All about Wealth Wellness Wednesday. Trending, we talked a lot about trending stuff that leads you to this pivotal moment on Friday. So, you know, as usual, I get up, I run around, because I know, especially on Friday, our podcast is earlier, but there's one thing I will not deviate. I might look at the clock and just kind of beat the clock to get that bed made. And then all of a sudden I'm like, yes, it's Friday. I completed that 5 days in a row. Sounds silly. You compete with yourself to make your bed. But let me tell you, as each day goes on, you try to get that making the bed a little bit earlier. So yeah, that's when it's a silly win, but it's a fun win. And I celebrate that I actually do that, because for some of us, it's hard to make your bed before 7 a.m.
yes, it is. And obviously when I get up that early to go to the 5 a.m. class, you know, Gary's still sleeping. Would I like to make the bed while he's still in it? Heck yeah. Well,
Love it.
obviously I can't, but you know, that's one thing I will do after this for sure. My bed has to be made before I do anything else. So Fantabulous Friday, lots of good stuff going on. As I just shared, I am back at the ILKB studio, and oh my gosh, what a shot of, you know, all the good endorphins, which I think I desperately needed. And I'm thrilled. And I earned from Kara yesterday. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I just shot myself in the head with a tap. She gave me a little participation award, the gold, because I did my best that I've ever done, ever, even since joining them 2 or 3 years ago when they first opened. I killed 636 calories yesterday.
That is amazing. Not like you need to kill 630 something calories, but that's awesome. Just an FYI for our listeners and our viewers that cannot, well, actually not our viewers, our viewers can see, but not our listeners can see, is I noticed that you got a little cleanup going on in your corner of the world. Looks very neat and tidy.
Thank you. Yes. With of course the Fran flowers in the back.
Yeah.
I have OCD when it comes to organization. Yes, my desk does get messy sometimes, but in order for me to be efficient, I need things in their certain place. Like, for instance, my many highlighters are over here, but I also have some on this side, depending which side I'm like sitting toward.
That's true. I've got some on my left and some on my right. I just, you know, on either side. That is true, because you may be sometimes working more on in your space, whatever your space may be. But it is Good Friday is my day where I reorganize. Mm-hmm. So I've got a few piles going on. This week I had a lot of late night Zooms that went into the wee hours of the AM. Last night I was excited. We actually finished our Zoom at 10:45, which was a first. When you've got a lot to chat about, a lot of passion flowing, talking to people that are going to get involved, It does take some time, but if it's something that is worthwhile, it's great to celebrate that we hit some milestones this week, and that was great. There's nothing like seeing, same thing with our health and wellness, when you see the transformation of something that's birthed to where it starts to form. Birth being, that's the idea, right? You have an idea that you want this health journey. You have an idea that you want to make a change. You have an idea that you decide that you're going to take a stand. So there are different things. The idea first comes up, and then it's, how are you going to do that? How are you going to start that? What actions, what steps are you going to take towards that? So usually in a health and wellness journey, it's, deciding, are you going to do a certain type of routine, meaning fitness? Are you maybe going to have a certain eating lifestyle? So there's some prep work with that. There's a lot of prep work in the birth of an idea, of whatever that idea is. So then you go that route, whether it's a cause, whether you're gathering information, you're doing research, and then the planning starts where now you need those instruments and or items, tools that may assist in you achieving that goal or achieving that birth of that idea. And then the pivotal is the action. You got to start action, and sometimes the action, you do it every day and you don't see those results, right? I mean, how many can relate to, like, you're doing a new exercise program and, geez, I've been doing it for a week now and I don't feel lighter. I don't feel like I've shrunk anywhere, if that's what you're looking for, or I'm not bulking the way I want to bulk, or, gee, it seems like it's the same people that are involved, or, whatever the purpose is. And then all of a sudden, little by little, and I think anything of value that is sustainable. Sustainable means that, there's longevity to it. It's going to be, becomes a habit, and it's going to be able to mold into something that you can really envision, because now you've got the kind of the credentials behind it to support it. So, whether all of a sudden, on week 2 or week 3, you're starting to see that, okay, gee, my belly doesn't feel so full anymore. It doesn't feel as bloated. So that's, your body's reshaping. Maybe it's an idea where it's a cause, and all of a sudden you see, it's always the same few people, and all of a sudden now, a few more people are getting involved. The word is getting out. Or it could be, a purpose idea of something that you're creating, like our brother's flowers, where, you practice and practice, kind of doing the same thing. And now he's starting to venture out, maybe from not doing the one flower. Now he's working on different flowers. So you see things bloom, see things change, and it all comes down to the actions and doing the same repetitive actions over and go. And then little by little, they get bigger and bigger. And then this, like, the exciting moment comes up. You start feeling that change, the passion, whether it's the physical thing that's changing. So, and that's what we celebrate. And that's the whole point of Monday through Thursday, to get us to Friday, that we're seeing those changes of all our hard work. Don't you think, Jan?
Yeah. And, I always, a lot of times when I refer to things of that nature, building the habit, I always refer to, obviously, kickboxing. But the point is, going from point A to point Z, you don't get there overnight. And I think that's what we have to remember. It's a process. Yes, we have that goal in the mind. That's where we want to be, but you have to take the journey to get there. Let's talk about burpees. My burpees are very sloppy. I know I'll clean it up as I go along. It's my official second day back in the studio. I'll get better each time, but I'm going to be 60 and I'm kickboxing with 18 to 30-year-olds. So I think I'm doing pretty darn good. And you know what? Find something that you're passionate about. Maybe when you were younger, you loved hula hooping. I still want, and I know we've talked about that before, I still want at some point to get one of those weighted hula hoops, but I think I might hopefully try it before I buy it, hopefully, or even, maybe find one on, Facebook Marketplace or something. But find something that interests you. Maybe it's those 10 minutes that you take your dog for a walk. Maybe you stretch it to 15 minutes for the first week. Maybe the second week you add on another 5 minutes. Whatever it is, celebrate what you are doing to get yourself to that intended goal.
Absolutely. And it doesn't happen overnight. I think we have to be kind of gentle to ourselves in every aspect of what we're doing, whether it's something that we're truly passionate about, whether it's a new goal, whether it's organization, whether it's just of developing those daily habits that become second nature, because habits do that. That's the whole point of repetition, to do them over and over again, is eventually they just come naturally to you. And it's not an easy journey to get to that point where you do something. I mean, how often do you think about that? You actually complete something and you're done before you know it. And you're like, how did that happen? Because it was habit, because you formed a good habit. It became second nature. Or the other cool thing is, especially with women, because I think women are the masters of multitasking, that all of a sudden you're doing multiple things and maybe you're in a conversation or whatever it may be. I mean, how many of us find out that, the phone is on speaker and we are, washing dishes, loading dishes, writing down notes or whatever. And before you know it, you're done. You're like, how did that happen? It's because you're just used to multitasking. It's habit. Like sometimes I can actually, even your morning routine. I love the morning routine where you're putting on, maybe it's a song that gets you excited, or maybe it's a podcast that you're listening to. Hopefully it's TwoSistas for sure. But whatever your podcast is, whatever your go-to is, whatever kind of gets you fired up for the day to get you rolling, you're doing that. You're balancing out, what the kids' schedules are. You're making beds, you're making lunches. You're in that groove. And before you know it, like everything's in its place by 8:30. You're like, how did I accomplish that? Because you develop good habits that you could multitask.
Absolutely. Multitasking, I think in some respects is underrated, obviously. And, this is a disclaimer, okay? And I just want to be very clear about that. One multitasking event that I will not even look at it if I see you on your Facebook page doing it is driving and doing a Facebook Live.
Yeah, that's kind of on the danger side. Well, actually, it is the danger side. And so many people still do it, even with, it's one of those things where, it's broadcasted where it should be common sense. Because for me, it's no different than doing that than, watching a movie or texting or even talking on the phone, unless you're doing it hands-free. If you cannot do it hands-free, at best, get the call going before the car is moving and put it on speaker. And then let the other person drop the call so you don't have to actually touch it again. Even a radio is a distraction, because if you're going to do it from obviously they've made it where the controls are actually in the steering wheel, but how many people still just go to the radio? Well, what are they doing? They're taking their eyes off of the road and they're looking down and they're, turning a channel. Like if someone's in the car with you, let them do that. That's the assistance that you can get with somebody in the passenger side, in the front seat. That doesn't happen. Guess what? As soon as you start that engine, make sure everything is go. You are the pilot. Do you have the right channel on? If you know that a call is coming in or you've got to talk to somebody, make sure your Bluetooth is set up so you don't have to do all this reaching and touching. So it's not just a fact of doing a live. There's other things that are distraction within a car. And we have to remember that when you're in a car, guess what? It's a weapon and it can kill people or it can injure people. Or you get injured yourself, or harm someone that's in your car. You don't want to do that. So you got to be proactive. And yeah, a Facebook Live. If you need to do it, and you're in your car, pull the car over. Do it that way. If you still want to be in your car, I think people do it in their car because, I think there's two kinds of people. People that do that either, are pushing the envelope of. They in their mind they're feeling like they're going to get more listeners or viewers or whatnot by doing it that way, which most people nowadays will like. The first word that comes to mind is unsafety, do not. So I don't even pay attention. But no, it's not good.
Yeah, and I just want to say one more thing about Facebook Live that I've noticed again lately too. I don't know why. Is somebody goes on Facebook Live and you're very interested in what this person has to say. Maybe it's an interesting topic, whatever it may be. and they just, oh, well, let me wait till more viewers come on. That, I'm sorry, that is total BS. That's my opinion.
Well, I've said that actually years ago, and the reason why is it has to do with respecting other people's time. So even if you get one person watching you, you want to respect their time. There's no reason to, because a lot of people will do a playback. So if you're coming on and doing it as a replay, and you're sitting there like, okay, get to the point. Like, what do you want to talk about? I know so many people in the entrepreneur world that do that, and it's a big faux. It's just, you don't do it because it really shows lack of either you're full of yourself, or the other key piece about a Facebook Live I love. Am I on the right page? You know you're on the right page. You hit the flipping button, people. You know, can someone tell me, did I hit the right page? Oh my God, am I on the right page? Let me see. Oh, there's no comments coming yet. And there's this whole introduction of nothing to do about nothing, which we like it because ours is usually kind of a sidebar and it's funny, and it has nothing to do with waiting for people to get on and or checking what page we are on. So those are kind of things that irk me about them. But you know what? Again, there's tolerance. We hope people educate themselves. You know, Facebook Live has been around for a while now. Yes, there is some do's and don'ts, and we've given you a few of those on this Fantabulous Friday, but we want to know what you are doing this Fantabulous Friday. Are you celebrating your wins? Are you embracing where you are at this morning, today, reflecting on the last 5 days and said, pat myself on the back, do yourself a dance, go out there and celebrate you because you accomplished something only you could. Nobody else could, only you can. What do you think about that, Jan?
I think that's a great segue, and we're going to keep it short and sweet today. We both have a lot of things going on, but we always encourage you, go to our website, www.twosistas.online. Leave us a voicemail. Let us know what you think. You have a question, you want to maybe be a guest, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. My name is Jana.
Ooh.
I guess I just changed my name. My name is Janis. Wellness Diva 5.0, getting ready to do a TikTok. No, first I got to make my bed, then do a TikTok.
You better.
I am with TwoSistas,
and this is Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, getting good, ready to get our pickleball on Fridays. If I'm not there early, I'm playing on the north side. I don't want to play on the north side. You guys celebrate you. I'm gonna go celebrate me. Jan, you celebrate Jana. You celebrate you, and you guys have a great week. Celebrate. You know, the entire week today. Have a good weekend, and we will see you Monday for Monday Mindset. But check out, you know, we're starting to work on our blog on our page as well, our website. So we're getting that going on, and you'll see some blogging from me this morning there. You guys have a great day. We will see you Monday for Monday Mindset. Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.